The problem with today's growing population is the ever-growing amount of garbage that must be attended to. Landfills are being filled up, and with a limited source of land, they are becoming less and less utilizable. Alternatives to landfills, such as incinerators, produce vast quantities of pollution and are extremely inefficient. With the booming epidemic of technology, there is a call to a new form of waste management to enable the future generations more access to the luxuries they deserve. The solution? Plasma gasification. Gasification is a manufacturing process that converts any material containing carbon, such as coal, biomass, or waste, into synthesis gas or syngas. Plasma gasification or plasma-assisted gasification involves plasma, an ionized gas formed when an electrical discharge passes through a gas. An example of plasma found in nature is the resultant flash of lightning.
Let us go through the plasma gasification process with Oscar, the trash. The day starts with Oscar on the sidewalk. He is trash composed of what typical humans in a neighborhood produce: pizza, homework, soft drinks, etc. He was picked up by a garbage truck. There, he met other forms of trash, such as solid, liquid, gaseous, hazardous, and non-hazardous wastes. They then arrive in the plasma gasification facility. Oscar's first step through the facility is through the feed system. Inside, solid wastes of any kind are shredded into smaller pieces. This is to prevent blockages in the system. Oscar and his shredded body is then placed in an airlock for the next process.
The next step for Oscar's shredded body is for it to enter the plasma gasification chamber. In this chamber lies the plasma torches and arches. These devices convert electrical energy into intense thermal heat energy by letting an electrical charge pass through air. The ionized gas generated can reach up to 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The hot gases reach Oscar and his friends. The intense heat turned them into gas. The chemical bonds in Oscar's body is broken apart because of the gasification reaction produced by the heat of the ionized gas. This new gas made out of the bodies of Oscar and his friends is called syngas. Syngas is primarily made of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Even hazardous chemicals can be converted into syngas. Inorganic materials, however, do not turn into syngas. The inorganic materials inside of Oscar are left behind and are melted and fused together into a glassy-like slag.
The syngas would leave the gasifier chamber afterwards. Oscar and his friends, now as a gas, would pass through a series of filtration systems. The gas is cooled in the systems through water injections and is filtered of all particulate matter. The cooling process helps prevent the formation of dioxins and furans. Their undesirable compounds form in a specific temperature range. Oscar and his friends shall then be reheated to create a series of catalytic reductions. This is to reduce the number of nitric oxides and convert it into atmospheric nitrogen and water. Scrubbers are then used to remove acids, fluorides, sulfates, phosphates, sodium, and calcium.
Because Oscar and his friends are now gas, they can be passed through a turbine to generate electricity not only for the plant, but also for the community. Oscar and his friends are now syngas, ready to be collected. They are collected in airtight containers to be sold. The air is then sold to be used by others to create other usable products such as polymers, chemicals, biofuels, and more. The inorganic parts of Oscar that were not turned into syngas were converted into a glass-like material known as slag. Finally, Oscar and his friends can be used again by humans.
Plasma gasification has several benefits. It unlocks the greatest amount of energy from waste. Feedstocks can be mixed, such as municipal solid waste, biomass, tires, hazardous waste, and auto shredder waste. The process does not generate methane, a potent greenhouse gas. Plasma gasification is not incineration. Therefore, it doesn't produce leachable bottom ash or fly ash. Also, the need for landfilling of waste is reduced. The process produces syngas, which can be combusted in a gas turbine or reciprocating to produce electricity, or further processed into chemicals, fertilizers, or transportation fuels, thereby reducing the need for virgin materials to produce these products. Lastly, plasma gasification has low environmental emissions. However, there are some factors which can inhibit plasma gasification. The technologies involved and needed are expensive. Also, only a few countries in the world are able to study and use this process.